Hey everybody, Dylan Distraction here, coming to you live from Atlantic Studios. I'll do a quick back to the drawing board, talk about comic books, doodly do on this little commission-y thing I'm doing here, Deathstroke, Moon Knight, and remind you, archiveuniverse.com. Go right now to Archive Universe, grab a Kickstarter reward level. We are closing in on the end of the campaign. We're holding strong at 52 backers. Thrilled to have all 52 backers, but I'd love it to 53 backers. So if you want to be the 53rd backer, jump in right now at archiveuniverse.com and help push us to the next stretch goal. If you want to watch me draw, go to Instagram. You can see my hands. And if you want to watch my face, go to DylanDistraction.com, which is my YouTube channel. Either way, glad to have you. And I'm going to noodle away on this little Deathstroke drawing. If you have any questions, just let me know. Happy to talk with you and chat here on Wednesday night draw-a-thon. I thought I'd draw a little bit and talk with people and tell you that the Kickstarter is wrapping up. We are holding strong at 52 backers. I'd love to get to 53 backers. Love to get to 100 backers, but time is running out. If you haven't yet, please go to archiveuniverse.com and grab a reward level. Find something that you love and back it. And the book is happening. The project is happening. We've hit goal, and I need your help to hit stretch goals. I want to be able to send everyone a bunch of awesome things. And so go to archiveuniverse.com right now and help push us to the next stretch goal. And that'll be great. It'll be awesome. So I'm not going to be on for very long. I thought I'd just do a little noodling away on this drawing of Deathstroke, Moon Knight, two of my all-time favorite characters. I love these two characters, DC and Marvel characters. I'm excited for the new Moon Knight show, and I'm excited for the new Moon Knight comic book series, which I know very little about. The artist, he's been posting on Twitter. I'm not as familiar with the artist's work, but it looks like a really cool kind of take on the character. Of course, my favorite run is the Declan Shalvey Warren Ellis run. That was Chef's Kiss. Delicioso. I thought that was phenomenally well done and such a cool team. And then, of course, who's that artist writer after? It was the guy who does that new Jeff Lemire. Jeff Lemire's run on Moon Knight, also really good. So if you don't know either of those, you should definitely go check out Jeff Lemire's Moon Knight and Warren Ellis, Declan Shalvey's Moon Knight. And with Deathstroke, I mean, come on. It doesn't get any better than Tony Daniel, Tyler Kirkham. So many incredible, that post-rebirth New 52 run on Deathstroke. Even the Todd McFarlane, the Rob Liefeld stuff was really good with Deathstroke. I mean, I'm a Deathstroke fan, so anytime you have a different creative team on Deathstroke, I'm all in. So I really enjoyed that run and all those artists that worked on that comic book as well. But enough about those comic book creators. Let me tell you about my comic book, Archive Universe. Go to archiveuniverse.com right now. You can be the 53rd backer. Thank you so much to everyone that has gone to archiveuniverse.com. Have I ever drawn Invincible from the Amazon Prime show? I've never drawn Invincible. That would be a fun commission if someone would like to have me draw that character. I know it's an Amazon Prime show. I've seen the first episode, but it was a comic book before the Amazon Prime show. And actually, the Prime show is pretty accurate to the comic book. And the comic book I kind of was in and out on for a while, and it's one of those books I've always meant to come back to. I just kind of missed out on it when it was happening real time. But Invincible is a great comic book. You should definitely, if anybody knows of the Amazon show, they should check out the comic book. But I'm sure a lot of people already are like, oh yeah, that comic book, great. So I'm drawing Deathstroke and Moon Knight. Fun little smash up here. And go to archiveuniverse.com. Everybody that's watching me right now on YouTube or on Instagram, Goat Archive Universe. We have hit goal, we are over goal, and we are cruising on to stretch goals, but time is running out. So if you haven't yet gone, you're running out of time. There's only a few days left to grab a reward, and once they're gone, they are gone. So definitely go now. Bunch of great Kickstarters. Grab something that you want. Support the campaign. Help me bring this book to life. And yeah, I think it's my best work yet. I think people are going to be really thrilled when they get it and see the work I'm doing. I think that people are going to be super psyched because it looks really awesome, if I do say so myself, and I do. So hopefully everyone has checked it out and grabbed a campaign reward. And yeah, I think it's going to be cool. I'm psyched to have the campaign wrapping up. It's a lot of energy and effort and focus to do these campaigns. So it's always kind of nice when they start to wind down. I didn't know it was a comic book, but I really like the show. Pedro. Yeah, it's a comic book. You should read the comic book, man. That's the thing. You're not the only one. And that's the weirdest thing, is that if you are a fan of manga, you are a fan of the anime. And I was just listening to someone speaking about this recently. The anime and the manga are very similar. It's a similar audience. They often will adapt the manga into an anime, and people enjoy both kind of seamlessly. With American audiences, they don't realize that the Avengers movies are also comic books. They don't cross over. The readers of the comics don't necessarily like or enjoy the direction of the movies and TV shows, and the TV shows, often people don't go and seek out the source material. And that's unfortunate. It's really, really too bad, because there is a lot could be learned from Japanese anime and manga, and how the audience is able to kind of seamlessly connect. And in American Western comic books, that's not the case. And so, obviously it's not my problem. I don't have adaptation of my content. The content you're getting is the comic book content. If you like my content, it's because you like my printed or digital sequential work. I don't have to worry about the movie adaptation not being accurate to the source material, because it's only the source material. So yeah, definitely, if you are a fan of comic books and comic book movies, support independent creators, support Kickstarter campaigns, find a book that you like, find a creator that you enjoy, follow their work, support their work. There's a lot of people making awesome stuff right now, and anything you can do to help them create more content is incredibly appreciated. I know anytime I find people that like what I'm doing and want to support it, it's a real thrill and treat and pleasure to be able to produce work for people that are as excited about getting it as I am about making it. And I am super psyched about making comic books for people. That's all I want to do. And so I drew a bunch today. I'll draw a bunch more tonight. And I'll draw this evening. I'll draw after dinner. And I'll draw before I go to bed. And I'll just try to keep drawing and making awesome stuff for everybody. And just need your help to hit to hit the stretch goals, so that we can send more awesome things to everyone. So definitely go to archiveuniverse.com right now and grab a reward level, find something you like, and help us hit those stretch goals. We are real close to hitting the next stretch goals. I totally agree, man. Your work is amazing. Hey, thanks so much. Yeah, I really appreciate it. It's always so nice when people enjoy what I'm creating and tell me that they think it's cool. I work real hard at trying to create art and comics that I would want. That's always been the thing with the stuff I'm creating, is it's like I think to myself, geez, would this be something I'd dig or I think is kind of cool or neat? And if the answer is yeah, that's cool, then it's like, oh, okay, then I've done my job. If I ever look at my stuff and I go, I don't know, I'm not really digging it, that's always a bummer. But anytime I'm able to produce something and I think, yeah, that's what I was going for, it's always kind of a treat. That just takes time and effort and practice. People that see my work and wonder how I do it, it's like, well, just a lot of energy and effort and learning. And speaking of learning, I'm actually going to be doing lessons for people. So if you love what I create, you think my art looks super rad, and you want to try to create some stuff yourself, at archiveuniverse.com, there are lesson tiers available. So if you want to learn from me, jump in at archiveuniverse.com and take lessons. Spinwiz Comics. I'm a boss. I don't know. I think you're the boss, right? I'm just I'm a freelancer. Hey man, I hope you're doing good. Definitely check out Spinwiz Comics. Those guys are awesome. Everybody should definitely be checking out Spinwiz. They are producing and so supportive of independent comic book creators. And really, they are the next Webtoons. I think Spinwiz is awesome, incredible stuff. Should definitely check them out. Sign up. Find some independent creators on there that you like. Support their work. Read their comic books. I'm a fan of what Spinwiz is doing. Those guys are awesome. So definitely check that out. No. I move ink around on a piece of paper. It's the magic trick, right? It's like, yeah, it's fun to draw. That's the thing, is that if it's not fun, I don't do it. And so that's kind of my motto with any of this stuff. Like, am I having fun? Then I'm going to keep doing it. And I just love making comics. I love drawing. I love creating. So, and there's a bunch of awesome independent creators on Spinwiz. You should definitely be checking out their work and reading their stuff. So definitely check them out. And go to archiveuniverse.com, my Kickstarter campaign. We're over goal. We have stretch goals to unlock. Thrilled to have all the backers, 53 backers. What? That's awesome. Just got another backer while I was sitting here chatting with you. Thank you to the 53rd backer. Awesome. So thrilled, so appreciative. So super psyched to have this book funded and ready to go. And it's like ready to go. So ready to go. You don't remember? Okay, Pedro, I don't remember when I started to follow your work. Since then, I always thought it was wonderful. I shared with my friends. Oh, thank you so much. That's very, very kind of you. So awesome. I really appreciate it. It's always so nice to find people that like what I'm doing and support it and share it and appreciate it. Because, I mean, you know, the thing is with comic books is I grew up reading comics and loving comic books. And anytime I ever got to speak with a creator, I was always like, they're like magicians. Like, how are they able to move these things around? It's such a skill that I didn't comprehend at the time. And so I wanted to learn as much about it as I could, and I wanted to try to create my own content. And so if I can inspire anyone, it's that I'm a fan of comic books just as much as you, and the reason I make them is because I love them. Spinwiz, thank you so much. It was awesome hanging out with you. I know it was like right before. It was like, oh, and then the world changed. That was, it seems like a long time ago. We were in Chicago, but it was such a surreal experience to be at that show. And then to have everything just change in a year. It's been a crazy year, and I hope you're doing well and staying safe. And I hope everybody there is doing good. It's been a wacky year for sure. But the thing I found is that I was able to be really productive, right? So I drew a lot, I created a lot since I didn't have any conventions to go to, nothing, and now I'm not even sure which ones I'm going to do. It was a really productive time. Yeah, Archive Universe. I will put it in the chat. archiveuniverse.com. So yeah, definitely anybody wants to share that archiveuniverse.com link. We're over goal. We have 5 days to go. We have 53 backers and a bunch of cool rewards to unlock. Everybody that signs up, even if you just sign up for a digital reward tier, I've decided I'm going to send people stuff. I'm going to send them some sort of physical reward. I don't know what they're going to be able to get. I'm hoping comic books, but it'll depend on how high we get with the stretch goals. If we can get to 3K, that would be awesome. That would really help me cover the cost of shipping. the books out to people. But the books are funded. The books are printed. The first issue is printed. The volume 2 is coming soon. So definitely ahead of the game with that. Pedro, first time you saw my work, spent hours trying to draw like you. That's great. Well, if you want to take lessons, go to archiveuniverse.com and I would teach you all of the tips and tricks. I've been teaching online, doing courses, doing a course for a comic book creating class, and it went really well. People really liked it. It was a lot of fun. It's kind of like this with my face and my hands at the same time, and you get to learn from me, and I'll teach you all my tips and tricks and techniques. I love teaching. I want to do more teaching. And thank you so much, Spinwiz. Definitely go check out Spinwiz Comics. Those guys are great. Awesome to chat with you, man. And thank you for pushing out the campaign. That'd be super rad. Yeah, and I hope we're able to hang out again at a convention real soon and talk about Syracuse, because man, that basketball season was rough. Football season, football's always rough. Syracuse lacrosse is good, so we got that. But fun that they made it into the March Madness for basketball. All right, I'm drawing Deathstroke. I'm drawing Moon Knight. This is a fun. John switched Instagram. I know. If you go on Facebook, hey, Taco Wednesday. I don't. It's funny because the Facebook, Instagram. I like Facebook because like people can like talk, you know. But I figure like people like would rather see my hands, you know. And so I don't know. I like to give the option. Like if you want to see my face, I'm on YouTube. I like YouTube better. Facebook kind of meh lately for me. I'm just not on it very much. I don't know. I guess everybody's different. I will come to Louisville as soon as there's a convention, or maybe just to come hang out. I love and barbecue. I don't know. What are you doing? What do you do in Louisville? Barbecue? Thanks, Spinwiz, for putting in my direct link for the Kickstarter campaign. archiveuniverse.com, or go to this long URL, kickstarter.com/project/Guy Studios/archiveuniverse. And I'm thrilled to have this campaign winding down. It's always a lot of energy and effort to do Kickstarter campaigns. It requires a massive amount of planning, for me anyway. I mean, I don't know if massive is the correct way to put it, but it requires some planning. So it's like, any planning is a lot for me. I'm not great at planning, great at winging it. Like these live videos, let's just wing it. Yeah, Instagram's better, right? Facebook is kind of like, it's fine, but I'm usually on Instagram more. I just like it. I like looking at people's art, you know, and there's always kind of new, weird stuff to see. Seems a little less, I don't know, less boring. I like to be less bored. I'm always going for less boring. Yeah, we could barbecue, have some chicken wings. I eat a lot of chicken. I don't eat any red meat, but I eat a lot of chicken. Yeah, it'd be fun to go travel again. Remember traveling? Remember when people used to go places? Yeah, Spinwiz, I use Restream. So Restream.io, I think is what it's called. So if you're on Instagram, you can't do a multiple stream. But right now, if you're on DylanDistraction.com, which is my YouTube, you can see my face. And that also multi-streams, whatever, to YouTube and Facebook and Twitch, I think. Although I don't know if anybody watches me on Twitch, but yeah, I always kind of am like, you know, if I'd like to do it like Dave Finch does it. I don't know if anybody's seen Dave Finch's. Probably everyone has because he's incredibly popular and super famous. But Dave Finch will do streaming on YouTube, and you'll see his face and his hands at the same time. And he has a mic, and his wife is set up, and it's a whole production, which looks great, and he's phenomenal. And everybody should watch his. He does his Monday Night Draw, Dave Finch on YouTube. Definitely watch that. And then Jim Lee does Twitch, and Ryan Benjamin does Twitch streaming. And I think they have a similar sort of, you can see their hands and their face at the same time. And, you know, those guys are superstar comic book professionals, have been working in the industry forever. So I don't know if there's a better platform, if it's Twitch or YouTube, or I think Facebook's kind of not really where people are these days for me. Like I'm on Facebook right now, and I think there's nobody watching it on Facebook. Facebook's just not sharing it, which is fine. I don't, whatever. But on Instagram, I have people interacting, and yeah, Spinwith, have a great night. Yeah, thank you so much for chatting about my work, and I'm sure we'll see each other soon, and hopefully be able to work on something together at some point. That would be great. And Facebook is different. Yeah, Gimli streams are great. How you want to set up your live stream? Yeah, super art. I would love to set it up so that I could do where you'd see my face and you'd see my hands, and it'd be on YouTube and it'd be on Twitch and it'd be on Instagram. But it seems like that's too much to ask those multiple platforms to connect to do. I like Facebook because I felt like initially when I was doing a lot of live drawing there, it was people were seeing it. And I'm like, oh, this is great. But that's the thing with these platforms is you're just kind of hoping that people are able to find your stuff. If you really want to go and see my stuff, DylanAndrewsArt.com is my own website. That's a great place to connect with me and see work of mine. And of course, ArchiveUniverse.com, which is my Kickstarter. That's a great place to support my work. And then Make Comics Cool is my Patreon. I got a lot of URLs. I don't know if you know me, but if you know me, you know I got a lot of URLs. Got a lot of websites promoting and cross-promoting. And, I try to be a little bit everywhere all at once. I think that is kind of how the modern freelance creative professional has to be. Have to be everywhere. Facebook is for old people. No, not well. I don't know. Maybe. Deathstroke versus Moon Knight. Who do you think wins? I don't know. Who wins? Deathstroke versus Moon Knight. I don't know who wins. It could go either way, right? Once I have my Huion canvas, probably do a nice over the shoulder. Yeah, I have a Huion canvas. I have the 20 something, and it's great. I've used it. I've drawn comics on it. I think it's really nice. It's definitely less expensive than the Cintiq Wacom's, but it's not as good. I mean, I've definitely like it, but it's not something I could draw on constantly all the time. It would be the parallax is a little, and that's kind of like when you drop the pen and move it. It's like, is it right where your pen is, or is it a little off? So it takes me getting used to. So you're drawing and think, okay, I can do that, and it's not even close. Thank you so much. Well, a lot less expensive, yeah. No, it's a matter of just practicing, and I was looking at my old art, and it's very immature. It's very formative. Everybody has that stuff where you feel like you know where you want it to go, but your eye can't get it there, your hands can't get it there. But you got to work through that and just keep going. And everybody's going to have opinions, right? I've taken a lot of classes. I've got professional friends that are very talented, and everybody's got their idea of what they think is going to be the best for you and their opinions on what you should do. And I suggest that you take all that in and keep going, right? There's no right or wrong way to do anything. There's no correct way to throw a line. There's no perfect pencil drawing. There's no anything. As long as you're enjoying it, having fun, and creating art that you're passionate about and you're excited to share with the world, I think that really translates. So my suggestion is stay motivated, stay hungry, keep drawing, keep making stuff you're excited about, and the results will be good, or the results will improve. So that's what I would try to tell any aspiring creative professionals. And that's the stuff I always want to hear, right? It's like, how do I get good? And it's like, well, sorry, there's no easy, quick way. You're not going to like your early stuff. You're going to struggle. There's going to be things you just don't know how to do. And you'll figure it out, or, just keep working on it. So it gets easier. Take it all in and keep what suits you and apply it best you can. Yeah. I mean, there's really, the thing is, I am incredibly inspired by a lot of creatives that I love. So Declan Shalvey's work, like if you look at his stuff, but he does a variety of things. Like if you look at Injection, it's much tighter and cleaner than what he was doing on Deadpool or what he did on Moon Knight, you know. So I like when Declan Shalvey's got a little bit of that grit to his stuff. Paolo Pantalena is another artist. I'm just like, oh, so inspired by his work. And he does really tight pencils. So a completely different set of skills than what I'm doing. Of course, Mark Silvestri is a genius illustrator, but his stuff with Green, that stuff was just, I mean, that team up of Silvestri and Green was just the greatest Wolverine and X-Men stuff ever created, in my opinion. And Dave Finch, phenomenal artist, super talented. Tyler Kirkham, another guy who's just crushing it. I see his work and I'm like, oh man, just every time he's doing something, like, how does he think that up? You know? And yeah, his stuff is amazing. So definitely, obviously, those artists are John Romita Jr. I usually, every once in a while, I just get on a John Romita Jr. kick, and I'm just like, Tony Daniel, Eric Larson. I mean, I am heavily influenced by all the greats: Todd McFarlane, Rob Liefeld, Jim Lee, all those artists that are currently creating work or have previously created work. Yeah, I try to see how they do it. I look at the tools and techniques and just try to soak it all in and learn as much as you can. I'm sure with the stuff I'm doing, people are going to be like, oh, yeah, I get that. I can do that. Hey, Argentina. I don't know where Argentina is. Is that South America? I'm not good at geography. Really bad at geography. Shockingly bad. Like, I don't go anywhere, and so I know where Maine is because I'm in sunny southern Maine. And anytime anybody's like, oh, it's this other place, I'm like, I don't know where that is. So, I should travel more. I'm a little isolated. That's why I'm so good at drawing. I don't go anywhere. I'm a shut-in. I need a better pen. Let's see if this one. I don't know if this has any ink. I guess we'll find out. Oh, yeah, that's nice and goopy. Argentina. I think Argentina's in South America. I think. Don't quote me on that. But hello from Argentina. Hopefully I can inspire you to keep drawing. When I teach, that is always kind of my goal. Whenever I'm teaching, I always say to the students, all right, I'm going to talk for an hour and tell you what I think or tell you my opinions or my thoughts or process or theories on this. And in that hour while I'm talking, the only way you're going to get better is if you're drawing. So start drawing. And I would always say that this is an hour while I'm drawing for you to be drawing. So if you see artists on YouTube or Instagram or Facebook and you're watching them live draw, I suggest breaking out a sketchbook and a pad of paper and just trying to doodle away. You know, keep the pencil moving, try to throw some interesting lines, work on your primitive shapes, work on your lighting, work on your anatomy. All that stuff is how you're gonna get better. Just constantly be doing it. So that would be my suggestion, advice, observation for anybody who wants to draw their own comic books. Start drawing a comic book. You'll learn a lot just by trying to do it. Very accurate. Hey, South America, I nailed it. Argentina. My sister's husband is from Cuba. I don't know what that has to do with anything, but maybe that's near Argentina. I think there's a Gulf of Mexico in between, but I don't really know. Again, terrible at geography. I bet the weather's nice there in Argentina. Is it near Brazil? Maybe I'm thinking of another continent. Brazil's in South America, right? A lot of incredible artists in South America. Mike Deodato Jr., incredible artist. about that Turtles artist that Ben's a big fan of? Santaluco. Santaluco is South American, I believe. Brazilian. Bunch of great artists from South America, Brazil, and Europe. Obviously, European and Asian artists. It's just great, talented, creative people everywhere. We're really living in an incredible time right now where if you have a computer or even just a cell phone, you can post work and find other artists that create work that you were inspired by. Paolo Pantalena, that guy's, I don't even know where he's from. Italy, maybe? I don't even know. His work's phenomenal too. It's just a variant cover for something. Looks great. Last country down next to Chile. John's been to Cuba. I'd love to go to Cuba. I'd love for Luis to take me to Cuba. Not just me, but like a trip. Looks incredible there. Such a cool country. Definitely different. Yeah, we should do geography class. Everybody here, you can tell me you can quiz me on where things are, and you'll see how bad I am at knowing where things are. You'll be like, how about this place? And I'll be like, no clue. And then you'll be like, yeah, you weren't even close. We were watching this new show. It was called like Abandoned Structures, or people are going to think it's crazy, but it's about like abandoned structures. But it's fascinating to see all these super huge things that were built and then just left there. And they're like, oh yeah, this was from World War II, and it's just floating out in the ocean or stuck on the side of a mountain. And you're like, oh my God. And they talk about the locations. They're like, this is in Peru. And I'm like, I don't know where that is. This is in Guam. This is in Budapest. I'm like, no clue. Sounds like places that are cool though. So yes, please excuse my ignorance. I don't travel. I never did. I don't even know American. Like I live in America. I don't know where anything is. I don't know where the states are. There's this great show called How the States Got Their Shape. I'm like, oh my God, how did they get their shapes? And it's fascinating just to know where things are. People that know where things are. Yeah, check that show out. This is Dylan's. Dylan Distraction tells you shows to watch. Abandoned Structures. I don't know what channel that's on. I don't know if it's on Netflix. I don't know what channel it's on. Might be on Discovery Plus. I don't know. That's a good one. What else are we watching? Debris. Everybody, go watch the TV show Debris. I think it was on NBC. Maybe. I don't know. We watched it online. It just had the season finale. And it's a cliffhanger, obviously, because, that's what shows do. But they don't know if the show's coming back, if it's going to be renewed. And I'm like, oh my God, this show has to be renewed. I have to find out what happens. Watch Debris. Everybody go watch Debris right now. Oh, and go to archiveuniverse.com. I forgot my Kickstarter. Go to archiveuniverse.com. We are cruising along. We've had 53 incredible, wonderful, talented, perfect, amazing backers. We'd love to get 53 more. Go to archiveuniverse.com. Right now, I got off on a tangent about TV shows I like. I apologize. That's what happens when I'm drawing. I have attention deficit, and I just start rambling and thinking about things in my brain, and then I don't know where I'm going with them. So go to archiveuniverse.com right now. Help us hit that next stretch goal. I'm going to wrap it up here pretty shortly. Drawing Deathstroke. I'll fill this in black. You know why? Because I think that will look super cool. Once you do these big fill-in-the-black areas, it's amazing. It's like the illustration just kind of either pops and comes together, or you're like, needs to keep going. It's a cool kind of fun sort of way to see everything and be like, oh yeah, that's exactly what I was going for, or I missed it a little bit. Let's try to keep reworking it. There's always that point in the drawing where it's this sort of ugly in between. And I've spoken about that before in these live videos where it's like you get to see how the sausages are made. It's like it doesn't always just kind of super come together. There's often points where you're like, oh, this is not going where I wanted it to. So everybody, have you ever thought about doing lives in Twitch? I'm on Twitch right now. Battleantic Studios on Twitch. and on YouTube, DylanDistraction.com, my YouTube. So I'm twitching and I'm a tubing, but really, I find that I get the best interactions and stuff with Instagram, to be honest with you. So definitely follow me on Instagram, follow me at DylanAndrewsArt.com, sign up for my blast emails. You get all the behind the scenes at MakeComicsCool.com, which is my Patreon. Yeah, go to DylanAndrewsArt.com if you want to see all my links, my social links. That's kind of a good place to kind of see everything. Or BatlanticStudios.com. That's my studio I made up to support my publishing. And yeah, the thing about Twitch is Twitch and YouTube, like you can see my face. I'm like, hey, actually go on Twitch right now. Go to Batlantic Studios on Twitch and you can see it. You can see my face. Or DylanDistraction.com, which is my YouTube. Try to leave a comment. Try to subscribe. See if it works. See if I can see your comment here as I talk to you. I'd be kind of interested. It might not work, but I hope it works. I think I'm on Twitch. We'll find out. You tell me, Pedro. You tell me. Is it working? I don't know. You're going to be the guy that's going to figure it out for us. Yeah, I like all those platforms, but I think with Instagram, that's kind of where people have been able to kind of check out my stuff. But really, if you want to see my work and support my work, go to archiveuniverse.com. Currently holding strong at 53 backers. I'd love to get to 153 backers. So we're going to need everybody to tell all their friends and enemies that I'm making comic books. The comic books are funded. We're ready to go. Stretch goals aplenty. So go to archiveuniverse.com and support my work if you want to. No pressure. And I'll digital reward people. If you just sign up for a digital award, I'm still going to try to send you something. Or I'm still going to send you something. I don't know what, but I'll send you something. So go to archiveuniverse.com. And even if you just sign up for digital tier, digital only, I'm going to send you something, probably a comic book. I'm going to have to kind of see how far we get because it's going to have to be, I'm going to have to pay for the shipping and stuff. But I wanted to send something that supports my campaign. So if you just sign up for digital and you want a physical reward, I will send you one. I will mail you something because I want you to have awesome things from me. That's why I make them, is to send them to people. So I might as well send it to people that want them. So go to archiveuniverse.com, grab a digital only tier, and I will hook you up with some sort of physical reward. So that's my pledge to you. So definitely go do that. So that's a little bit of Deathstroke Moon Knight getting there, getting closer, sorta. Not really sure what I'm gonna do with it yet. Since I gotta do that's part of it. These things, it's getting there. Kind of fun just to noodle away at it. It's a nice thing about these sort of drawings is they're kind of low impact. You know, it's not a lot of reference. It's not a lot of really challenging sort of structural. It's more just kind of loose brush illustration, fun, over the top, actiony kind of stuff. And this will all have gray wash. So gray wash here, yar, and gray wash over yar. This will all be gray wash. We'll put these in. Those little something. Do this over here. Yar to yar to yar. A little bit like that. All right. I'm going to stop drawing. I'm starting to get too sucked into it. All right. archiveuniverse.com right now. John, thanks so much. Thank you for all of your support. Thank you for everyone's support. I really appreciate it. Everybody that's gone to archiveuniverse.com. All the people that like, support, share. It means the world to me. I really appreciate it. So go to archiveuniverse.com. Only a few days left. And if you want a commission from me, if you want this drawing particularly, if I ever finish it, or if you want a different drawing of different characters, let me know. There are reward levels available for instruction levels, and there are also commission levels available at archiveuniverse.com. All right, I'm going to call it a night. Have a wonderful evening, and stay safe, stay healthy, read some comics, make some comics. Okay, bye.